Hello BookTube, I've got a fun video for you today, and this is just a rant, a bit of a debrief about how I annotate books. I know, very exciting, and I've pulled books from all different sections, all different times of my life when I tried to annotate, because I've always wanted to be an annotating girly, but I'm kind of am and kind of not at the same time, and that's something I need to process on camera pretty much. So before we get to the books, I'll show you quickly what I use, and pretty much what it is. I just have this clear pencil case. It's got in it. The one of the things that I wish I kind of had was clear sticky notes, because you'll see what happens when I open the books. But anyway, I've got pens, pencils. I do have these large pads, like these bigger ones, and I never use them because I don't care. I write in books. I really don't care. But even then, I always use like these ones here, these shorter ones, or my personal favorites, which I found to be more up my style. Even the shorter ones for these, and this is just like tabbing, certain sections or whatever. But I always use black pen because it stays, or like a red maybe if I feel, a bit different, or blue if I'm a bit wild. But anyway, let's get to the book. So I've got a lot here, and yeah, we're gonna go through them. So the first one we have is time I really tried to annotate, and this is why, because this was school. It was Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I love Emily, of course. This was the book that got me into her. I know this is like a pandemic novel, and I literally had to read this in 2021, and I don't know what the education department was thinking putting that so soon. But anyway, this was the first time I really tried to consciously annotate with thought, pretty much. And me and studying just never worked at all. Like I would literally rather take my life, remove my soul from my body, than write an essay or anything like that. But I tried here with quotes, as you can see, highlighting marks, and I never looked at them again. And I was trying to see if I can find some. I haven't looked in this book in years. Um, stuff like simple stuff like that. There's no writing in it. It's literally just, oh, there is a bit of underlining here. But outside of that, I never was an annotator for school until no, I never was in school, but throughout my teen years, I always annotated my Bible, because I thought, why not? I see all the Bible girlies doing it when I was growing up, and I thought, I'm gonna be that too. And so yeah, so here's this I clearly went all out with this, and it's pretty simple. I have, I'm trying to remember now, all these top tabs here. They determine what type of, like, with each book, if it's like a history, if it's a prophecy, and I don't remember what else. It's been a while since I've probably looked through these. Yeah, or if it's poetry in particular. And at the bottom here, I've put these down as some of my favorites. So stuff like Ruth, and I've marked out which ones are the Torah, and I'm trying to find a good page for it. But I also, if there were sections I liked, I done like a little corner thing here. I'll show you. But as you can see here, I put oh my god, I'm trying to get it right. A tab here, the corner on that side, and then I got the numbers at the bottom so I can find where they are. And I also put the first time I used sticky notes in the book too, which is here at the very, very start. You can see the Torah writers here, and also just some taking the Bible as more of a story than a religious text. So got a note about that here, just to maybe put it into a bit more context. But there are times where I did go all out. I'm trying to find my one for the New Testament. Here it is. Yeah, I went all out with this. So it's hard to open because it's so unwieldy. But we got more notes here. Gospel of John. Then just a bit of a chronological order for him. On the next page, some like just notes about the authorship at the time. here, and then we got a lot of writing here. And these aren't sermon stuff or whatever, because I never went to church, but it's pretty much just contextual stuff, thoughts about the story itself, more than again church notes or like the ways I thought about it or whatever. It's not like that at all. And I never annotated the introduction to, and that's something I feel like when I go back and really spend some time with this, I need to annotate it more. But yes, this was throughout my teens. I worked through this. I wouldn't even say I've read the Bible in full, because it wasn't the cover to cover. It was over years and years and years and years. I probably have read all of it, but I can't say I have, because there's major books that I literally can't remember to save my life, and I feel like I'm so due for a reread of it, pretty much. And I'm trying to find more. But another time I tried to annotate was when I read the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. We got the iconic penguin orange. Every beginner person that tries to get into classics have these. And I still have this one, and I have Beowulf too. But I remember reading it for the first time, and instantly, the first thing that Marcus says, it's the most dude bro-y thing ever in book 2, because I'd never annotated book 1, because it was him like thanking people or whatever, and yeah, I underlined for the entire book. I underlined the most like dude bro-y things from each book. And I think there's more somewhere. Like, entire passages were just underlined. And I had such a fun time doing it, to be honest. What else? Sorry, I haven't looked through this book in at least like 4 years, maybe. But yeah, we got some, and then we got a bit of a star there too. But there's no writing, and I feel like I had just nothing to say, because I was like, this is boring. But and this also comes out in last year when I reread City of God, and here it is here, and I decided to just tab it, but I put all my tabs in the middle, and so it looks so ugly and messy. And you'll see how uneven the tabs are on the side, and you'll see that too in my copy of God's Perfect Child, because I annotated a bit of this. There was a really iconic, in the preface, a lovely gripping line, and I've got to find it here, and I was so struck by it. And the author wrote, "I did not write this book so that, as the cliche goes, children like Michael, because Michael died because his parents refused to treat him because they were part of the Christian Science Church, will not have died in vain. Michael did die in vain. So have dozens or hundreds or even thousands of other Christian Science children. No one will ever know how many. They died for nothing. They died for the idea." And I was gagged by that. I literally read that and I was like, I need to read this with a pen. And I only annotated 2 more passages, but you'll see, I don't know if you can see it here, but look how cut these are, because you can see that they're not even at all. And normally it's because I always liked using these shorter ones here just to keep notes, but I was stuck with these bigger ones, and they stuck out too much, because I'll see an example here, because sometimes, because I always put these on the line where I want to go back to, and sometimes the tabs are too big. And here, this is a great example. The sticky note was too big, and so I had to cut it. And I do have a pair of scissors in my annotating kit, but I literally just rip it, and so it looks so messy and uneven, and it always annoys me. And it annoys me with City of God too, because I love City of God, but it's just so ugly and messy. And also with City of God, you can see smaller tabs, but I wrote nothing in any of them because I was just so shook by what Augustine was saying. And I like, this is a funny one. Yeah. Look at how much I cut this tab here. And maybe I'll take those tabs out and redo them to make them look pretty or whatever, or write something. Because another time I did write something. I wrote it in the confessions. Because I read this book twice. The first time I read it was in like an old Penguin that I showed you like yesterday. But when I last reread it was in this book here, and I tabbed it, of course. But I actually wrote in it, and I actually really enjoyed it. I love the confessions. It's a bit sappy at times, but I still think it's great. Like, even just notes here at the bottom. Like, this is Augustine talking about school and all that, and I just wrote, teachers care more about his smarts than about his morals, which is more important to God. Like, something simple like that. Another one. What else? And yeah, I also done circles. I can't remember this, but just some important stuff. I didn't even tab those. But yeah, there's occasional underlining here too, passages. And yeah, I'm seeing did I write anything else? Oh yes, there is. Augustine talking about friends. I just said how lovely that is. I know, I'm sorry, it's boring me just flipping through, but I think that's it really. Yeah. But anyway, this is a great example of me trying, like in the last, when did I read it last? Like a year or so, trying to stick to an annotating style. But normally my style is very much tab where I want to go back to, and then like on the side do like a box for it. But then there is some stuff where I'm surprised I haven't annotated yet, like the iconic book Helen After, the Les Murray early English Australian poets. I haven't annotated that yet. Yeah, I've been reading through it literally like every day nearly, and I need to at one point. Even when I make videos about it, I literally don't tab them. I literally am like, yeah, whatever. I'll go back and look through like the playlists and find them again. So that's one I'm surprised, because I'm more likely to annotate, I feel like, anthologies or collections, so I know where my favorites are in particular. But there is some stuff, like some of my all-time favorite novels that I just haven't annotated at all. Like Middlemarch. I love this book so much. I've never annotated it. And it's big, obviously, but I feel like I just have nothing to say. Like, it's Middlemarch. It's iconic. It's a diva. But I just haven't. And then there's books that I don't like that I haven't annotated because I just can't. I have nothing to say, like Ulysses. I'm literally 600 pages in. I'll show you where my bookmark is into it. I still haven't got to do my 100 pages today. So today I'll be 700 pages in. I know, I'm so excited. I'm nearly done. I'm sad, sorry, because it's Joyce and I don't want to be finished with Joyce. But anyway, I'm this much in and I feel like I have nothing to say because it's just not, got nothing to, there's nothing being said. Anyway, but this is just, that's all the books. But this is just like a recap to mentally process where I'm at with annotating. I feel like I need to annotate more. Like, not need to, but I want to more. I don't really do it for novels, but I don't know. I need to reflect on it. I will maybe I'll reread. When I go back to rereading some stuff, I'll annotate more. Like I did do a bit for Jane Eyre, but not that much. And maybe when I reread Augustine some point, or Moby Dick again, I'll take a pen and give it a try. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you so much for listening to that booktube, and I'll see you next time.